Welcome back to Stacy So and So, and Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you had a fantastic holiday season and that you had some time to enjoy family and friends and just take a little bit of time off and just decompress. I know I did. I initially hadn't intended on taking off any time from here, but I realized that I really kind of needed that in order to kind of think about what I want to do with this channel in 2026. So I just took some time, got to spend quality time with my family, my husband, and of course Ernie, our dog, for those who don't know, um, and just kind of really think about projects that I want to do with you guys, tutorials that I'm interested in doing for you guys, as well as taking some suggestions from comments, and just to kind of think about how I hope to grow in 2026. So I pulled out my notebook, and I've actually had this notebook going since 2022. And I kind of clipped the old pages together, but I did take some time to go back and read some of the things that I had written in the past and paying close attention to, things that I had written down that I hadn't focused on, hadn't accomplished, and then evaluated on, is it something that I really want to continue to focus on? And there were a couple. So what the first thing I'm going to do is I have a list right here of 5 things that are goals for me to reach, both here on YouTube and on my website, which for those who are new here, I decided to kind of relaunch and rebrand my online business that I had to close in 2023 after my heart attack. And so it took me a long time to decide if I wanted to ever attempt it again. But I do have some small goals. But in order for me to read them, I still need these. So let's start with goal number 1. So goal number 1, in 2025, my goal was to be very consistent about putting up one long form video per week, in addition to at least 5 days a week, a video short, which I did and accomplished. But this year, because I had this on the list last year, and although I started out strong, it didn't last. So goal number 1, to try to go live at least twice per month. Once a week would be ideal, but I'm going to start with trying to do it at least twice a month, where we are working on a project or doing a Q&A. We'll have different topics for every time I go live. Number 2, to finally reach 4,000 plus watch hours on my channel in hopes of monetizing my account. Now, some of you probably look at it and go, but you already have commercials on your account. And yes, I do. I make nothing off of that, just so you know. YouTube makes money off of my videos. But I would like to, it's not that I am all about wanting to make money, but I'm sure, as all of you are aware, I'm not able to work right now. And so I would like to be able to monetize, not to make a big salary, not to go viral or anything like that, because I think going viral would actually scare the bejesus out of me. But to make a little extra money to help with, bills, buying extra product to continue to do more and different tutorials. So that's goal number 2. Goal number 3, to be more confident about promoting my online shop. Since reopening my shop in 2025, I didn't do it until like June. It took me a long time to decide whether I wanted to do it or not, because I knew 2025 was going to be a difficult year financially for everyone. In 2026, still probably going to be difficult, but I finally decided I wanted to do it. But I have found that, because I know that, I know everyone's in a tough position and everyone can't afford to spend, that I have found that I have not promoted my business as well as I should have, or talk about it. A lot of people still go, oh my gosh, I didn't know you reopened your shop, or when did you open a shop? They never knew I had one to begin with. So apparently I need to become more confident about talking about what I'm making and what I'm putting in my shop. So I'm going to try really hard at doing that in 2026. And then number 4, to procrastinate less, especially when it comes to sewing Christmas gifts. Although I did better this past year, there's still room for improvement. And if you sew or you craft or you do any kind of art and you love to make gifts, I know you know, and we always promise ourselves we're going to start early and we're going to get it done so we're not stressed in last minute. And somehow we always are. So although I made improvements in 2025, I would like to expand upon those improvements for 2026. And then number 5, to plan and edit better videos. I have been guilty of not always planning my videos well ahead of time. And sometimes I'm last minute, and I think that shows in the quality of my work, which I apologize for. Although I appreciate all of the wonderful comments that you guys leave, and that when you find them helpful, and that just makes my day. So I am making a commitment, not just to myself, but to you, to produce better videos. Now, before I go into the list of video ideas that I've come up with so far, and I'm sure that list will grow, it's going to have to grow because right now I don't have enough to get me through the year. But before I go into that, and I won't go through the whole list that I have, I'll just highlight some of them. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the new products that I'm hoping or thinking about creating for my online shop in 2026. And some of these may result in tutorial videos. I will be doing more Mary Mallory aprons. I've already done 2 videos about that, so that one I probably will not do another video on unless someone has a specific question that they need me to answer. Everyday aprons. I have basically, I only have 4 aprons left on my website. I have 2 Mary Mallory, and I think I have 2 everyday aprons, so I need to catch up on my apron making. So there may be some lives of me working on aprons. I want to work on a harvest apron. I want to design a harvest apron. You guys know I love to garden. And I have a lot of people that I follow and friends who love to garden and forage. And so I think having a harvest apron would be a really good idea. So that is something that I want to kind of plan out and hopefully have ready in, I would say, like the late spring, early summer. Grippy jar openers. And I'm sure you're going, what? You know, you buy the, hold on, I'll show you. I found these, if you didn't see my latest thrift store haul. This is, it's a placemat, but it's the same fabric or consistency as the stuff that you use to non-slip shelf liner. But you make pretty openers so that, I mean, I have a hard time with my hands. My aunt actually requested this because she does too. It's hard sometimes to get those jars open, and it helps to have a gripper. So I think it's great to just have a piece of that, but you know, let's make it pretty. The other thing is, if I do the grippy openers, I think it'd be nice for someone who's trying to put together like maybe a housewarming gift for someone. I will probably plan on doing like some matching dish towels, and then like dish scrubbers, you know, for doing dishes, like dish scrubbers and dish rags. I also want to start working on some projects for men. It's really hard sometimes to shop for Father's Day and birthdays for like dads, husbands. You know, it's like, what do you get them? But if they love to cook or they love to grill, I'm thinking they could use an apron or a harvest apron. Are they gardeners? Do they like to go foraging? Would they have a reason for an apron? So I'm thinking about working on some for men. I want to make more cobbler aprons. For those who like to do like painting and crafting and different things and want to wear a cobbler apron, which is sort of like a smock, basically just to protect your clothes. I would plan on making some more of those. I'm also thinking about doing like casserole mitt, which is, it's also great if you have like, I have a lot of cast iron, and I have cast iron like Dutch ovens that I bake in. And being able to have something that wraps around, you can grab those handles without burning yourself, is essential. and also doing the little covers for the ends of the cast iron pans that you can like move it again without burning yourself. So those are a couple things that I want to work on as well. And then I'm thinking about doing, there's gonna be a lot more, of course, upcycle projects, whether it be usually upcycle aprons or doing like purse charms, different things like that. I will continue to do denim upcycles. I plan on doing another pair of the Billy Blues style jeans. If you saw my recent video where I went thrifting and I showed you the picture of the jeans that I made last year that I never got to wear. I did a Billy, if you don't know what Billy Blues are, they were a very cool bohemian style jean that like you would see Phoebe and Friends. I know she had a pair. So I'd found a new pair of jeans for myself so I can do a new pair to wear. And so I'll probably do another video on it. I think I did one last year. If not, I'll do it on a live. And I'm probably going to be putting the jeans that I made last year that I never got to wear on my website. And I'll be sure to include that link in one of my videos when I do it. Then I have some ideas because the website platform that I use, I like that it helps you to also not just focus on like reaching people all across the country, but it really can help with localized sales. So say someone is in the Charleston area near me and they don't want to pay for shipping. I don't blame them. Shipping costs have gone up dramatically, but this would give them the option to reach out to me and go, hey, how can I pick up my item, or where can I pick up my item, and then not pay shipping. So therefore it's also searchable for just, you know, my area of West Virginia or for the state of West Virginia if someone is looking and wanting to support local or support the state. So there's some items that I want to work on that, you know, may not appeal to people in other states unless they happen to be from West Virginia or they have family here. So doing some patchwork items that one I already did as a tutorial, which was I did a patchwork version of the state of West Virginia and put on a pillow, but I have some other ideas to go along with that. In fact, I have this list right here is all about products about West Virginia. So in addition to the suggestion I had from my Aunt Debbie about making the jar openers, I did have another request very recently for a specific tutorial, and that was for a tutorial on this quick sew pattern. I've actually made this coat twice before. I've made the short version and the long version. I made a small adult size for my cousin's little girl, Abriana, and that was in 2021, maybe. I did it in fleece, pink plaid fleece. It was so cute. And then in 2022, I participated with a group of fellow sewists on TikTok. We did what was called Jacket January. We all committed through the month of January to make either, you know, any kind of jacket. And I ended up making a really pretty navy blue Italian wool coat. And I got so ambitious that I even decided to line it. Now I've lost weight since then, and it really needs taken in. Although part of me is thinking maybe I should leave it bigger because that way I have room for sweaters. But anyway, before I committed to doing a tutorial on it, I want to make sure you could still get this pattern. And so I did some research and I found that you can still find it out there, even uncut versions. So when I do this tutorial, I'll be sure to include links. In the meantime, if you go, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to want a tutorial, I want to make that jacket. It is Quick Sew K3732. And you get sizes extra small through extra large. So I am going to do another one, but I'm not going to do it just straight up and like pick a fabric and just make the jacket straight out, because I've done that twice. But what I am thinking about doing is kind of maybe a mixed medium, like a mixed media style, using like maybe upcycled denim and some wool, or I'm thinking. So I will definitely add that. That is definitely on the list of video tutorials that I plan on doing in 2026. And just to highlight a couple more, because I know this video is getting long and I don't want you to get bored. Fabric pictures. And this kind of almost goes back to when I did the quilted version, the patchwork quilted version of the state of West Virginia, and I put it on the pillow. I am thinking about doing versions of that and like layering it on denim or burlap and adding some more details to it and doing it as wall art. So I thought that would be a fun project. And you don't have to do a state. I mean, I'm also thinking about doing some of, you know, the state flower. Our state flower is the rhododendron. I happen to love sunflowers. Maybe I want to do one as a sunflower. So I thought that would be fun because it could be a great gift for anyone. I also want to make So Very Pretty cards. That's actually the name of a project that I found in a book that I had forgotten I had, and I was just thumbing through it the other day. I had done a version of a Christmas card this past year that was fabric, but I really like these, and it would be so easy to make and adjust for those who love to sew. You could do it for Christmas, you could do birthday cards, Father's Day cards, Mother's Day cards, Easter cards, Valentine's Day cards, the whole gamut. In fact, maybe we'll do one for Valentine's Day, since, you know, Valentine's Day is our next holiday, and I do have a couple Valentine projects on this list that will be quick and easy to do. And then I think making purse charms, especially using upcycled materials. Purse charms are very popular, and let's face it, we all love our purse, and sometimes we just want to kind of add that little extra dash of color, and I think those would be fun. So that will probably be a tutorial that I work on as well. And then this last one is also a request from a friend of mine, Erin. She and I used to work together. We worked remotely, so we've never met in person, but, you know, we talked on the phone and, you know, we worked together. And she loves seeing videos of Ernie. And, you know, we all love Ernie. I know there's some of you who come back to check just to see if I've added to his playlist, Ernie's Journey. So I'm going to be doing some sewing for Ernie, because I will tell you, he really enjoys getting dressed up. In fact, he knows if I'm putting a bandana on him or something, that we are going somewhere special. So I definitely will work on a couple different kinds of doggy bandanas, but I also want to make him a little bow tie. I think a little bow tie would be so cute. And then what was the other thing? Oh, I think it would also be this. I had to look at my list again. Sorry. I think it would also be good because if you walk your dog, you should always pick up what afterwards. And showing you how to make little bag holders so that you can hook it onto your belt loop, or onto the handle of your leash, so that you always have bags with you, because I think it's very important. It's polite, and it's something that we should all do. So that's the planning that I have done so far for 2026. So thank you guys for being here today. I hope that one of the many things that I have listed that I am shooting for as goals in 2026, some of the ideas that I've come up with for my online shop, as well as the videos that I plan on doing here. I hope that you heard something that will appeal to you and that you will continue to come back. And if you're new here, I hope that you will take a moment to, you know, subscribe, like, do all the things, share it with somebody who you think might like it too. I'd really appreciate it. If there's ideas, if there's something that you would like to see me do a tutorial about that I have not touched upon, reach out in the comments and let me know. I'm always open to ideas and suggestions. I will research it before I commit to it, because I want to make sure that if I'm going to do a tutorial, that I know I'm going to be able to give the best direction and information that I possibly can. So again, thank you guys for being here. I am looking forward to getting this year started with some new projects along with you. And so until we see each other again, happy sewing.